My first guest, Lisa Goich, has had over 50 blind dates, but remembers one as being a total nightmare. Lisa passed out cold right in front of her blind date because she says he was talking so much about himself that she wasn't getting enough oxygen to her brain. And her blind date was this man, Chris. Now, Lisa's blind date disaster, Chris, obviously didn't think much of the date because he barely remembers Lisa with her head between her legs, gasping for air. Lisa and Chris were set up by Ellen, who says that she always accompanies the people that she matches up and then sneaks out when she sees that punches aren't flying. Later on in the show, we're going to talk with a woman who split her pants in front of her blind date when she sneezed. And a man, some tight pants, a man who has had 137 blind dates tells us how he was set up with the same woman twice by two different people in two different countries. That's all a little later on. But what made you think this was going to be the perfect match?
Well, I knew both of them, and they were both fun. And I just thought, you know, what's one date? How bad could it be? I had done it on occasion, and it worked out well. People were both alive at the time. Mm-hmm. And no one had they're still alive, and no one had come back battered or bruised. And so I asked Chris, and I asked Lisa, and they were up for it. So I gave Chris her number, and I said I'd meet him for drinks, and we'd see how it goes.
So you were going to kind of supervise.
That's correct, to make sure it was going to be okay, and then I'd kind of quietly get out of there.
Uh-huh. So when you left?
We were sick. We weren't feeling well.
You weren't feeling well?
I was fine. Lisa wasn't.
Uh-huh. So did you leave them alone?
When it looked like she was going to be better, I did. We got her out of the bathroom and got her sitting up. And we had cold compresses on her head. I thought it was the flu. I didn't know it was Chris. I love Chris. I've done it to him a few times.
What happened? What happened?
I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm used to like dominating conversations. Okay, and sorry, Chris, but I was standing there for like an hour and 10 minutes. I swear it was an hour and 10 minutes. I'm not quite sure. It was really hot in the bar. I had my purse over my shoulder, and I was standing, and I had like these new shoes on. They were really tight, so maybe that's what happened. Maybe my shoes cut off my circulation. But
yeah.
So I'm standing there for a really long time, and Chris was talking, and like not really asking me any questions, so I couldn't even respond. He was just mostly talking about him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
he wanted you to get to know him.
My job and my money and my car phone and my job and my car phone. And he wanted to know my Notre Dame and my fraternity and Ron.
And how long did this go on?
Oh, huh?
How long did this go on?
I think it was an hour and 10 minutes. I don't know. That was my rough estimate. Then all of a sudden I felt like really heavy-headed. It wasn't lightheaded. It was more like heavy-headed. So I don't know if it wasn't like really fainting. It was more like a manner of choice. No, it was more like I think I fainted and just like.
Well, we ended up in the
bathroom.
bathroom.
And then I was like, yes, I was like getting really hot and like, you know, flushed, and I was shaking like this, and my heart started beating.
Maybe it was love and you didn't know it.
Maybe it was love.